Do you give up too easily? Hi, this is Miriam Karr, your velocity mindset expert. You may have heard me talk about my mother, Miriam Karr. She was a world-renowned economist and senior vice president of Chase Manhattan Bank. Throughout her life, she mentored me on the traits needed for me to become a success in business. She constantly reminded me, Ron, to live up to your true potential, never give up. However, not with her words, her actions. In the 1960s, she was working her way up the corporate ladder. Miriam applied for a high-level position with a large organization. Until her last breath, she remembered that interview. Maybe you can relate. At the end of the interview, which Miriam thought went extremely well, the gentleman interviewing said, "Mrs. Karr, you have an incredible resume and great experience, but I am sorry, this is not a position for a woman." My mother walked out of that interview deflated, yet not defeated. In fact, as a result of that experience, her resolve to succeed strengthened. Fast forward 30 years. Miriam was then a senior vice president of Chase Bank. As fate would have it, she attended an executive cocktail reception. Who did she run into? You guessed right. The gentleman who rejected her for the position she was obviously qualified for. Immediately, Miriam recognized him, went up to him, looked at his name tag and smiled. She now knew he was a much lower level executive at Chase. She was about to have fun. She said, "Excuse me, do you remember me?" The gentleman looked at her name tag and said, "Why, Miriam, I do not. Please refresh my memory." Miriam then said, "I just wanted to thank you. When we met in the 1960s, you decided not to hire me. You said the position was not for a woman." She smiled broadly and said, "Obviously, you were right. I was overqualified." I wish I could have seen him squirm. Often, I ask her to tell the story because she beamed with pride every time. Not only for her own accomplishments, because she did her part to demonstrate what women could accomplish. Rejection is hard to deal with. Often people like the gentleman you just heard about reject others because of their own issues and insecurities. As you heard, my mother did not allow others to rob her of her velocity. In a crisis, your tenacity will determine how well you emerge. That's today's Velocity Mindset message. Please be good to yourself and others. I'll see you tomorrow.